All right, New York Giants fans, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. All right, so the Cleveland game is done. That's in the books. We are marking it down. It's the loss that we pretty much expected. But you know what? Washington also lost. So I am going to call this right now, and I am calling this the Lloyd Christmas New York Giants football playoff prediction.
You mean not good like 1 out of 100?
I'd say more like 1 out of 1,000,000.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah! I read you.
That's right, New York Giants fans. There is a chance. Oh, there's always a chance. And you know what? This is the holiday season. Couple days before Christmas. The magic is in the air. Anything can happen. And honestly, with Washington, if they are going to continue to go with Dwayne Haskins, that could be the best holiday gift the Giants could ever get. Yes, okay. The Carolina Panthers have underperformed. Teddy Bridgewater's pretty much played like Teddy Bridgewater plays in his first 2 years in Minnesota. But there is a chance that they can lose that game. There's a good chance. That game is in Washington, but there's still that chance. Now, what happens after that? They go play the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what? I could see Washington losing that game on the road in Philadelphia as well. So that means the Giants would just have to go 1-1 in their last 2 games to make the NFC playoffs, to be the champions of the division. Well, it's going to happen. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I'm just screwing around with everybody here. I mean, it's a long shot, but you know, even sometimes a long shot pays off. And I think that's the way we have to look at it. We need to try to be competitive against Baltimore, and we need to beat Dallas. But here is the issue that I have. And it's really with Joe Judge, and it's been going on now for the last 2 weeks. I understand Joe Judge is a rookie head coach, and we are not going to get into his we'll say issues that he had sometimes with certain things in the Arizona game, because that was 2 weeks ago. But we are going to take a look at a couple things right now that were a little perplexing to me, and it's something that I think he needs to work on for his maturation into the NFL rankings of good head coaches. And I think these things really need to be focused upon, because he was very inconsistent in regards to certain things against Cleveland. We all know that the Giants were going to have an issue scoring points. Plain and simple. There was no doubt in our mind with the with the 11-year veteran Colt McCoy, with Freddie Kitchens calling the plays, Jason Garrett out, Daniel Jones out, Saquon Barkley out, blah, 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 blah. We knew there were going to be issues in, moving the ball. And the Giants didn't move the ball poorly. It's just when they got into the red zone, there was a lack of execution. Let's go off and take the fake field goal. Okay, Parcells has said this a million times. In the playoffs, you never take points off the board. Now, yes, this was not a playoff game, but this was a playoff-type atmosphere. You need this game to make the playoffs. You don't know how many touchdowns, if any, you are going to score. So 3 points at any point in time with your defense could be a game winner. So you don't take the points off the board. That's the first problem. Problem number 2: if you're going for the fake field goal. Fake field goal. I can understand that. But instead of going for the fake field goal, why not just keep the offense on the field? You have a better opportunity in the red zone in that area to score with Colt McCoy than you do with Riley Dixon. And one thing that really bugs me about Joe Judge is he's said it before. He does not believe in momentum. He doesn't believe that momentum shifts when you have you have a bad play or you score 3 points. He doesn't believe in that. And that is, and I think that's in some ways because he's much younger than a lot of the head coaches, that at certain points in time you don't understand the physicality of the fact that the physics. To me, sometimes it's just physics. That if you have a bad play and it rolls into another bad play, yes, momentum will shift. But he doesn't believe in that. So he does not believe that took the wind out of the sails of the Giants early and may have given Cleveland a boost a little bit. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But like I said, 2 problems. You don't take the points off the board. And problem number 2, if you're going to go for it, why not just keep the offense on the field? The other issue I had was going for it on 4th down with Wayne Gallman in the red zone. I don't know if that was a Freddie Kitchens call. I don't know if that was a judge call. But why would you run the ball and come up a half yard short? Again, you're taking points off the board. And I don't understand. Late in the game, we challenge the kickoff. We challenge the onside kick. And there was no way we were winning that. But this play right here, you don't challenge the spot. You're fighting again for in the end zone for your playoff life. Why don't you challenge the spot right then and there? If you're going for it, you might as well go for it all and lose the timeout, because sometimes his timeout management is a little weird when he burns timeouts. And we're not even going to get into that yet. But why not? First of all, you take more points off the board. Second of all, you don't challenge the spot. You kept the red flag in your pocket. The other issue I had is the Browns get the ball. They go 3 and out. Start the 3rd quarter. The Giants take the ball deep in their territory, drive it down to the 40-something of Cleveland. At that point in time, it was 4th and something. We 4th and 6. I can't remember the exact down and distance. But it was not a manageable 4th down. But we were on the other side of the 50 in Cleveland territory. You've already shown a propensity of being brazen about going for it and doing things. But why now at this point in time do you punt the ball and give it back to Cleveland, who then marches on a 90-plus yard drive? It keeps your defense on the field for almost 9 minutes. I mean, again, and sometimes Joe Judge is so wildly inconsistent with what he does. It's like he's a riverboat gambler the next thing you know, he's playing, he's a 90-year-old woman playing bridge. If you're gonna be one way, try to be that way out throughout the whole game. Don't be so inconsistent, and then all of a sudden look like you're playing scared. That's because you don't want to make a mistake, because you already didn't. I'm not saying you screwed up on the fake field goal, but you already made a call with the fake field goal that didn't work. You already went through it for 4th down. I mean, not that point you didn't go for 4th down, but you had already gone for it. Like I said, you go for it on 4th down. You challenge the kickoff. But you don't challenge the spot of the ball, and then you punt to give it back to Cleveland. You just punched Cleveland in the mouth and had them go 3 and out, and you gave the ball back to the offense who started driving the ball down the field. So at that point in time, you were on the other side of the 50, and Riley Dixon has not been punting exceptionally well. So why not just take a shot? Why not go for it? If you think you can get a one-on-one matchup with maybe Ingram or Tate, and even if it's a 50-50 ball, show some consistency and just go for it. One thing I will say about Doug Peterson just goes for it. Right or wrong, indifferent, whatever side he is, when it's 4th down and 4th and manageable, and sometimes not even 4th and manageable, Doug Peterson just goes for it. He is never in, and I watch all the Eagle games because I live in Pennsylvania, so sometimes that's all it's on when I'm waiting for the Giants. But he goes for it, no matter what. And he always stands up by the fact that he went for it. So I think Joe Judge, as a coach going forward, needs to find some consistency in his decision-making. You can't look like you're the riverboat gambler 1 minute, then look like you're playing scared the next. That you don't want to be the make mistake. Because the other thing I understand is at the end there, you kick the field goal. You're technically down by 3 scores. The field goal's not going to do you any good. Why not go for it again? Didn't understand that either. You've already pretty much lost the game. You might as well roll the dice. And that's what we need to focus on with him as a head coach, is just getting more consistent. I'm not saying he's a good head coach. I'm not saying he's a bad head coach. I'm not saying he's not going to be Bill Parcells. I'm not saying he's Ray Handley. All I'm saying is he's a first-year head coach who doesn't seem to have his true identity yet. And that's what I think he needs to focus on, to figure out exactly what he is going to be, what his identity is going to be. So again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you could subscribe, if you ring that play thing, you know what that means, that'd be awesome.